what is the success rate for the UK innovator visa? Well, let's have a look in detail. So there were 502 applications between the June 2021 and 2019. So from 2019 to June 2021, there were 502 applications. Of those, 429 were successful. So that's where we get an 85% success rate. And the other 73 were refused. So that's 15% refused. I've left out here the 4 applications which were withdrawn, listed as being withdrawn. So there haven't been a huge number of applications when you compare that to other immigration categories. But one important point of note is that these are refusals after an endorsement. So those 15% that were refused, the 73 that were refused after the business plan and the applicant had been endorsed by an endorsing body. So what this shows is that you can be endorsed, but you can still be refused, and many people have. So what I wanted to explore with you now is why people, are refused after an endorsement, and some reasons I've listed here, which I've gathered just from experience dealing with these visas, but also speaking with other people. Thankfully, my clients have been successful, but the people often approach me when they've had issues working with other people, or if they've applied directly by themselves and encountered problems. So the first reason why I think people can be refused and have been refused under this visa route is the business plan writers. So there's this little sort of industry surrounding business plan writers, where people don't write their own business plans. Instead, they engage a business plan writer to do it. So they delegate that function. And you can see these business plans like a mile away, where someone else has written them, or they've been written by an agency. They follow the same style, and they never have the ring of authenticity about them. And of course, when you apply and you rely on such a business plan, because you have to submit the business plan with your visa application, then that will immediately be picked up on. So that's the first area. The second reason why I think people have been refused is where they apply jointly, where there's more than one person applying. Now, this isn't necessarily a problem in itself, but if there's an issue with one person, then you can bet in some way that's going to impact the other person. And it could be a problem in one applicant's application form, or something that one applicant says in interview. But if you've applied jointly and one of the joint entrepreneurs fails, then it's likely that the other person is going to be refused as well, or it's going to cause them complications as well. And people, I have assisted joint applicants who've been successful, but once you start having teams of like 3, 4, even 5 people, the number of contingencies and variables grows. And again, it only takes one card to fall over for the whole pack to come down. And it might be something that one applicant doesn't know about the other applicant, but you've got to be able to trust the people who you're doing business with. And this is particularly the case when it comes to immigration applications. So I think, and I know of issues that have come up for people, not my clients, where they've applied together. The third area is just the business concept, poor business concepts. So you may have seen my other video where I showed you a example refusal of someone who had been endorsed, but then they've been refused by the Home Office because it wasn't innovative enough. And the decision maker just Googled what the person was doing and found that there were several other people doing the same thing in the UK, or at least it looked like that from the Google search results, that this was something that was already on offer within the UK. So whether it's endorsed or not, the Home Office will take an independent view on whether it's innovative, viable and scalable. And then the last area is issues with the endorsing body. So one of the bodies had an issue with its license. It was suspended, as I understand, and that affected several people's applications. So I think it's important before you're dealing with anyone to make sure that they're credible, that to check who else they're endorsing, because it only takes one bad apple. So those are 4 reasons why I think there are these refusals, notwithstanding the fact that people have been endorsed. 85% success rate is high, but it's not as high as you might expect it to be if people have already gone through the first stage. So I would say that's actually that is actually quite high. In terms of the refusal rate, I would say the refusal rate is quite high, all being considered. Now I'm going to do a breakdown in the next video in this series on country by country. So what can we learn about applying from different jurisdictions? Of course, it depends on the individuals, but we can look at trends in connection with that. And I'm going to compare this success rate on the innovator visa with the success rate on other similar visa categories. Again, so you can compare them. I hope that's helpful. This is based on the most recent statistics. I'm going to be updating this as the new statistics come through. Thanks and bye for now.